I'm Michael Orlando. Cypress Bay Television is giving me this time to talk about something we both really care about, Aftershock. Aftershock is the reason CBTV promotes its Watch Aftershock program, a national effort to increase Aftershock awareness. Think about this. Many of you out there not watching Aftershock are missing out. Do you realize that all the time you're spending not watching Aftershock, you're missing the chance to laugh at any of our wonderful entertainment segments? So don't blow it. If you're doing anything other than watching Aftershock, stop it. Watch Aftershock. CBTV wants to give you this chance to discover all the wonderful things you can watch. Aftershock starts now.
Coming up on this episode of Aftershock,
Logan expresses the importance of voting,
Alex teaches us some tips for a popular video game.
and Sebastian catches us up with what's happening in the world of sports.
What's up, Cypress Bay? I'm Alexa Podolsky.
And I'm Oliver Sula, and Aftershock starts now.
Before every election, you might hear people stress about the importance of voting.
But as new voters, one might not know just how far a ballot can go.
Here's Logan with the story.
Although the coronavirus has brought the country to an almost screeching halt, life still goes on. And since we're now in an election year, it's important that those that are eligible register to vote.
I specifically remember just doing it in my government class when I was in school last year. I remember I believe it was my econ teacher, Mr. Shapiro. He said you could just sign up online, and it was just that simple. So I searched up, registered to vote. I just did it all within the span of one class period, while he was still giving a lecture in class. So I was able to do it that easy.
Many may be frightened to venture to the polls, but your voice should still be heard.
I believe some people are scared to vote, and they should exercise every caution and make sure that they wear a mask, they socially distance from anybody who is in line or in the polling booth, possibly even wear gloves just to make sure that they're not infected. But voting is a duty, and you must go out and vote.
Some may ask, why is my vote important? Well, if you take a closer look at history, it's apparent just how much one vote really matters.
I can remember the election with counting the Chads in the Gore versus Bush. And we were right down to the last 60 or 70 votes. You could actually see your vote count. I can tell you one other time when your vote counts. In 1972, I had just gotten out of the Army and was living in Richmond, Virginia. It was the first vote for Nixon versus McGovern. My wife and I voted. The next day I checked the votes by precinct, and there were only 4 people in our precinct that voted for McGovern, and I knew 2 out of the 4.
Your right to vote isn't just a privilege. It is the duty of the American people to make sure they cast their ballot. Logan Seelig, CBTV.
A lot of us have pretty much finished everything there is on Netflix, but a brand new movie is rocking the top 10 board. Let's check out what's hot on Netflix. The story of Sherlock Holmes is well known throughout generations, but Netflix just gave us an insight into the life of his little sister, Enola.
Now, where to begin? My mother named me Enola, which backwards spells alone. And yet, we were always together.
The film takes the audience through a wild ride, where we see Enola try to figure out her path in life, find her mom, and deal with her 2 big brothers.
There are 2 paths you can take, Enola. Yours, or the path others choose for you.
It is time to find my mother. The game is afoot.
We see Enola go through a lot of challenges, but we also resonate with her, because in the end, she's just like any other 16-year-old. The way the film was shot and put together was really great for the audience to understand Enola's crazy sense of adventure, as well as her desire to fulfill her family name. And come on, who doesn't love the mother-daughter duo of Bellatrix Lestrange and Eleven? I mean, power. That's all for this episode of What's Hot on Netflix. I'm Bianca Jaramillo, CBTV.
Oi! I'm Gabriels, and I'm going to teach you how to find food in one of the most dangerous wildernesses out there. The neighborhood. So, you want to find food, yeah? Well, your first idea might be to hunt the plentiful duck population around here. But, that might not be the best choice, mate. There are alternatives, though. You just gotta know what to use in your environment. Like, some sticks, some grass, and, something edible. And just, mix it all together. And now you have something just barely suitable for human consumption. But I'm not really hungry right now, and that's all the time I have. I'm Gabriels, and They're back!
I just got my 5th ad for dog food today. It's almost as if my phone is listening to my conversations.
Well, they kind of are.
What?
Yo, what's up? It's Issa, and today we're going to be talking about data mining. You ready? No? Cool. Data mining is a process used by companies to obtain data and turn it into useful information. Now at this point you're probably like, how does this have anything to do with me? This sounds so boring. Well, you know Google, Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, I mean, these sites are taking all of your personal information. Who you hang out with, where you live, everything that you do online. Have you ever scrolled through TikTok and seen something so accurate that you're just like, wow, TikTok really said For You page? That's probably because these sites know so much about us that their algorithms are able to make really accurate recommendations. In fact, some apps can actually turn on your microphone without you even noticing. We have no privacy anymore. So yeah, data mining's a thing. Have fun sleeping at night. I'm Isabella Chiappini, CBTV.
Among Us, although it came out in mid-2018, has skyrocketed in players in the past month. The game highlights an imposter, who has to kill all of the crewmates, who have to complete tasks and figure out who the imposter really is. Being the imposter is really tricky and super stressful, so what's up Cypress Bay? I'm Alex Land, and I'm going to show you a few tips on how you can be a better imposter on Among Us. Number 1, sabotage. In the bottom right corner, you know, the big button that says sabotage, you can use that button to sabotage your crewmates. Sabotaging allows you to either turn off the lights, making kills easier, or makes the crewmates perform an emergency task that if they don't complete in time, you automatically beat them. So a win-win all around. Number 2, act busy. You don't want to be chasing people around the whole time, waiting for the right time to kill someone, because that's sus. Instead, pretend to be doing a task in order to gain trust from your friends. Then they'll be extra shocked when you kill them. Number 3, keep an eye out for cams. Whenever you do something bad, for example, death or venting, make sure there's no red dot on the cameras nearby, because that can confirm the imposter is you. Now I hope these tips assist you in manipulating and lying to your friends to get them to trust you. Alex Land, CBTV.
Yeah, boom, little gum rapper. How many ladies in the house?
If you don't got no sauce, then you're lost. But you also get lost in the sauce.
Yeah. Who? Woo! What you know about money? Say you grind all day, but you ain't getting hunters. I be stacking that guap, whip a brand new Lambo, slicking on the honey. Think you know what they gave me? Just got me 1,000, I threw it like Brady. Yeah, I'm the top player, there ain't no debating. Yo, got me a lamb, making sure looking shady. How many ladies in the house? How many ladies in the house wanna see what I'm about? Think that's your bounce. She asked what I made and I said a couple thou. How many ladies in the house? How many ladies in the house wanna see what I'm about? Think that's your bounce. She asked what I made and I said a couple thou.
It was only 66 million years ago when the last mass extinction took place on Earth. But many wonder, how much longer is it until the doomsday clock finishes its next countdown?
Well, the bell may not only be ringing sooner than you think, but louder than you ever thought. Mass extinction. When 3/4 of all species disappear and die off. There have been 5 mass extinctions in the Earth's history, and the 6th isn't just around the corner. It's happening right now. The list of endangered species has more than doubled in the past 2 decades, according to the International Union for Conservation of Nature. 3,406 mammal species are categorized as threatened. In 2015, the number stood at only 1,201. This rapid endangerment of animals could be traced back to air and water pollution, forest clearing, loss of wetlands, and other environmental changes. But there is only one real place where we can point the finger to: human beings. Despite making up only 0.01% of all life on Earth, we are responsible for being the biggest threat to endangered species. If poaching rates continue, African elephants could go extinct in 20 years. If we continue to emit more carbon into our air, coral reefs could be gone in 30 years. If we continue to mow down land for agriculture, chop down rainforests for us to occupy, there will be grave consequences, ranging from orangutans losing their home to bees going extinct. We have all the resources and abilities to turn this around. What we don't have is time. According to Anthony Barnosky, Executive Director of the Jasper Ridge Biological Preserve at Stanford University,
we have this very short window of opportunity, 10 to 20 years, in which to make significant progress, because otherwise we will have just moved too far down the line to recover.
if we don't take action now, our bright future could look more like a living nightmare. But it all starts with waking up. Oliver Sula, CBTV.
Are you really still using plastic water bottles?
I need to drink water, and plastic bottled water is so convenient.
Let me show you a more earth-friendly way to drink your water. But first, let's get into the facts. More than 1 million marine animals die a year due to plastic debris in the ocean. Currently, it's estimated that there are 100 million tons of plastic in the ocean around the world. This is a big problem, but there's a way to help. To start, a great alternative for non-reusable water bottles can be anywhere from a metal or glass reusable bottle. So next time you reach for that single-use plastic bottle, just think of our friend Tim here. Mia Batista, CBTV.
Here's Sebastian with this week's sports.
What's up, Cypress Bay? As you guys already know, the NFL has been affected by the coronavirus just as many businesses and families have. So Eric's going to go into an update on what this will mean for the season.
The highly anticipated New England Patriots and Kansas City Chiefs game was postponed due to the Patriots quarterback, Cam Newton, and the Chiefs practice squad quarterback, Jordan Ta'amu, testing positive for COVID-19. This placed Newton on the COVID-19 reserve list, meaning he will not be active for the upcoming game. Furthermore, he will not be able to participate in any games until the NFL states Newton eligible to play again, meaning the Patriots will have to switch to Brian Hoyer or Jarrett Stidham for a quarterback. This is the first widespread reporting of positive tests of COVID in the NFL. This isn't the first game to be postponed because of COVID either. This is the second game of the NFL season to be rescheduled. This is starting to bring some worry into the season, as there is a possibility of many games being canceled or rescheduled during the season. And as Troy Vincent, the NFL's executive vice president, states, if we were to play a full and uninterrupted season, we all must remain committed to our efforts to mitigate the risk of transmission of the virus. With Week 5 coming up, it's unsure of how many more teams will be affected by the coronavirus. I'm Eric Marone, CBTV.
That's all for this week's Lightning Athletics. I'm Sebastian Fish-Matherin, CBTV Sports.
What's up, guys? I'm Kimberly Blum, and today I'm going to have my family decorate cookies blindfolded. The only rule is don't peek. Alright, so what do you plan on doing?
Among Us. I'm gonna put like money symbols and like dollar signs, and
I'm gonna express all my feelings for you in that cookie.
3, 2, 1.
Okay, so first I'm gonna draw the glass or the face. Oh god, am I coloring like out? Whoop, the rip.
Beautiful? Wow, that's good.
Holy Jesus Christ, what went so wrong?
Nothing came out.
And then it just went off to the side a bit.
Will Cake Boss call me or I call Cake Boss?
Alright guys, looks like my family's not that good at decorating cookies. Kimberly Blum, CBTV.
That's all for this episode of Aftershock.
If you want to watch previous episodes, be sure to check out our YouTube at Cypress Bay CBTV and follow us on all our social medias.
I'm Alexa Podolsky.
And I'm Oliver Sula. Thanks for watching.